So you might be thinking that owning just 0.01 Bitcoin isn't that much of a big deal. But here's the truth. If you hold even 1/100th of a Bitcoin, you are statistically ahead of 99.96% of the global population. You might be looking at your small stack and feeling like you're behind. So in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly where you stand and why your small stack is actually a golden ticket. So by the end of the video, you're going to know exactly where you stand and how to use your Bitcoin to hit financial independence in 10 years or less. Special thank you to BitBox Hardware Wallets for sponsoring this video. And just for some quick context, my content is on a mission to empower millennials and Gen X to integrate Bitcoin more deeply into their personal finances so they can reach financial independence in 10 years or less. So let's talk about the asset class reality check and the sea creature comparisons. That'll make sense in just a second. So you've probably seen the shrimp versus whale charts. I'm not a fan of these because they tempt you to kind of feel small. Most people would be classified as a shrimp, and I just don't think that's very helpful for most people. Instead, let's look at your Bitcoin stack as a piece of real estate in the world's most exclusive neighborhood. Most people think they need a mansion to be wealthy by comparison. But in the Bitcoin economy, the mansion is becoming impossible to buy. So, getting bigger and bigger chunks of Bitcoin is becoming impossible to buy. So let's map out the stack compared to the housing market. So the real estate analogy is, let's say you have 0.01 Bitcoin or less. So that's about 88% of the wallets. You have a foothold, but it's a starter unit. We would call that like a studio apartment, essentially. Then the next level is if you're at 0.01 to 0.1 Bitcoin, that's 69% of all wallet holders. And this is sort of your equity base, you're stable, you're building wealth steadily. Then the next level would be a luxury condo, that's 0.1 to 1 Bitcoin. You're in the top 30% of Bitcoin holders. You have significant equity and you're no longer renting, you actually own the building that you're in. And then the penthouse is anywhere from 1 to 10 Bitcoin, and then you're in the top 8% of Bitcoin holders. You are in the elite tier. Your assets are generating passive wealth. And then finally, we have the Skyscraper. And this is where you have 10 plus Bitcoin. And I've talked to, some of my private clients have, 50, 60, 100 Bitcoin. They would be considered a skyscraper. You are the landlord of the entire block. But wallet counts are not necessarily representative of reality, so we need to address that a little bit. One person can own multiple wallets, and usually does if if you have a hardware wallet and you're off of an exchange. The actual number of humans holding Bitcoin is 3 to 4 times smaller than that. By the way, if you're getting value out of this, I'd really appreciate if you'd smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. So let's look at this city visualization and kind of do what's called the neighborhood test. So imagine your city has 8 million people. I think New York City has about 8.4 million people, so you can visualize New York City. If you hold 0.01 to 0.1 Bitcoin, you're one of only 9,175 people in the entire city that holds that much Bitcoin. That's less than 30% of the entire New York City police force, which is about 33,500 right now. Now imagine if you own 0.1 to 1 Bitcoin, you are one of only about 3,300 people in the entire city, and that's fewer people than would fill a mid-size auditorium there. 1 to 10%, you're one of 888 people in New York City. That's more than the entire number of billionaires in the city, which is 123. And then if you have 10 to 100 Bitcoin, you are one of 131 people in New York City, roughly the size of a wealthy wedding reception, I would say there. Now, compare that to the traditional financial path, right? The TradFi path. To be in the top 10% of net worth in the US, you need $1.2 million denominated to fiat. In the UK, it's about 800,000 pounds. But in Bitcoin, to hit the same top 10% rarity, you need only 0.1 Bitcoin, which is approximately 8,000 at the prices here in mid 2026. That's the cost of a used car, not a lifetime of like endless striving and debt slavery. And let's look at the exact supply shock math next, because this is going to help you, feel a little bit better, even if you have such a what you consider to be a tiny stack. It's important to look at the supply shock math. I cover these topics more in depth in my micro newsletter. It's just one paragraph a couple times a week, all action, no fluff. Just type micro in the comments if you want access to that. So the supply shock and the 10-year financial independence plan. So you probably know this already. There will only be 21 million Bitcoin that ever exists. No central bank or centralized authority can print more. It's hard-coded into the protocol. By mid-2026, 20 million have already been mined, but it's estimated that somewhere between 3 and 5 million Bitcoin have been lost forever. Typically in the early days, you hear stories of people throwing away hard drives and losing their keys and that kind of stuff. Only 2.4 million, or about 15%, are residing on exchanges, and liquidity is drying up. You can see that even in this cycle. The supply shock is actually starting to happen now. And you have to kind of overlook all of the fear, uncertainty, all the FUD in the markets right now. The supply is continuing to dwindle at an ever exceedingly rapid pace. If you divide the remaining supply by 8 billion people on the planet, everyone gets about 0.002 Bitcoin. If you hold more than that, you are above the global average already. You already are winning the game, if you have a long enough time horizon. And that's usually the bigger problem with a lot of, investors or Bitcoin holders that are especially new to the game. Traditional wealth requires trust in banks, politicians, and legacy systems that are absolutely failing right now. Bitcoin requires nothing but your own discipline, but the entry fee is rising every day. And I think in this next part of the cycle, that will continue to be true at a very rapid pace. One day, owning 0.01 Bitcoin will be like owning a block of real estate in Manhattan in the early 20th century. And that's how you get to financial independence in 10 years or less, is getting as much Bitcoin as you reasonably can, given your means and your circumstances. A decision that seems small right now, but defines your legacy later. There is no amount that's too small. Remember, you're ahead of 99% of the planet right now. Speaking of discipline, let's talk about the importance of self-custody for a second, because I know that where we are in the adoption cycle, especially if you've been into Bitcoin for just the last couple of years, you're part of what's called the early majority in the adoption curve. And it's my strong, passionate belief, because a lot of you guys are not interested in, because I talk to you every week, are not interested in self-custody, that you hold at least a small percentage of your Bitcoin in self-custody. And that's why I partner with Bitbox hardware wallets. Bitbox makes self-custody super easy. You can think of it as like the Swiss vault for your Bitcoin private keys. It's a USB-C device, and it literally works with everything: Windows, Mac OS, Linux, Android. This is one of my favorite Bitcoin wallets in my 13 plus years of Bitcoin. So just head over to bitbox.swiss/Brad and use the code Brad for 5% off of your purchase and get your Bitcoin off, at least part of your Bitcoin off of the exchanges. So, and if you're watching this, my content on a regular basis, and you're scratching your head about some of these strategies, I do offer 30-minute calls. There's a link in the video description below for that. You can set that up. They're very reasonable. So far, I've fulfilled the video's promise. You realize that your small stack is actually a position of extreme rarity. If you can look past, where we are in the cycle, especially right now, you aren't just holding a coin, you're holding a ticket to a wealth tier that is becoming impossible for most people to enter. And holding any amount puts you closer and closer to financial independence in 10 years or less. Next, let's talk about the execution plan. This is the roadmap of getting to whatever your goal of Bitcoin is. So to beat the dinosaur TradFi approach, the real Bitcoin lever is what I call the stacking sprint. This is where you front load the accumulation of your Bitcoin for 4 years, which is just one halving cycle, and then you're able to coast along a little bit more. This is exactly how I went from $174,000 worth of consumer debt to financial independence in under 10 years, just following this. I talk about this in my video, the 5-year Bitcoin Fast Track, a step-by-step lifestyle checklist to financial independence. Just click the link in the card above or in this description below, and I'll see you there.